Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Brenda E. Carabuana, a first-year student in North Shatan campus, taking up Bachelor of Secondary Education major in English. And for today's video, I am going to discuss the Module 4, which is entitled Integrating New Literacies in the Curriculum. And for the learning outcomes, at the end of this lesson, we will be able to first discuss the concept of an integrated curriculum. 2. Distinguish the different curriculum integration approaches, methods, and types. 3. Identify lessons or course disciplines that may be appropriate for curriculum integration. 4. Draw relevant life lessons and significant values from curriculum integration experiences in class. 5. Analyze research abstract on curriculum integration and its implications on the teaching-learning process. And 6. Make a lesson plan with thematic integration across related disciplines. So now we are going to discuss the concept of integrated curriculum. So what is an integrated curriculum? It focuses primarily on the disciplines where knowledge are best learned through the structure of a discipline. This approach relates different subjects around a common theme. An integrated curriculum is described as one that connects different areas of the study by cutting across subject matter lines and emphasizing unifying concepts. Integration focuses on making connections for students and taking content areas that were once taught separately and connecting them to create lessons, themes, or units that integrate common skills and concepts and allowing them to engage in relevant, meaningful activities that can be connected to real life. In addition, an integrated curriculum aims to connect the theory learned in the classroom with practical real-life knowledge and experiences. These lessons, units, and themes will focus on the learner's environment. So there has been extensive research on integrated curriculum, and what they look like in the learning and teaching space. From this research, 3 particular integrated curriculum paradigms were identified, each of them having overlap and aligned elements. These approaches include 1. Multidisciplinary integration, 2. Interdisciplinary integration, and 3. The transdisciplinary integration. Let us discuss first the multidisciplinary integration. So this approach focuses primarily on the disciplines where knowledge are best learned through a structure of a discipline. This approach relates different subjects around a common theme. Teachers fuse skills, knowledge, or even attitudes into the regular school curriculum. The standard of the content areas are taught as part of the certain theme. The procedures of the content area are most important, and the teachers appears to be the gatekeeper of the knowledge, having the role of a facilitator and or a specialist. Upon completion of this type of learning experience, there is only one right answer, and educators facilitate in a manner that ensures that learners grasp that answer. We can use the multidisciplinary integration approach by organizing a list of standards from various disciplines around one common theme. For instance, integrate a list of standards from disciplines such as history, geography, economics, and government to focus on a common interdisciplinary social studies program. Another method of the multidisciplinary approach involves fusing skills, knowledge, and attitudes into the school curriculum. For instance, teachers can utilize technology across the curriculum with the use of computer technology integrated into every subject area. In this way, students learn various subjects and enhance their computer skills. Additionally, schools also utilize service learning projects and integrate the service learning into the classroom. For instance, by preparing and passing out brochures for farm workers, in multiple languages about the pros and cons of pesticides, students can complete the learning standards for various subjects including science, social studies, and language arts. Second is the interdisciplinary integration. In this approach to integration, teachers organize the curriculum around common learnings across discipline. The term interdisciplinary means relating to more than one branch of knowledge. By this definition, we can understand that in this approach, the content area are facilitated around theme, concept, and interdisciplinary skills. This one is slightly different from the multidisciplinary approach, as the teachers connect the content areas by common concept and skills rather than focusing specifically on a content area. The teacher is still the facilitator of knowledge. The planning for this approach begins with connecting skills and concept. When students are engaged in the learning experience from this approach, there can be more than one right answer. We can use the interdisciplinary integration approach by organizing the curriculum around common learning across the various different disciplines. For instance, focus on common learning or specific interdisciplinary skills such as thinking skills, comprehension, and research skills when teaching science, English, history, and geography. The idea is to learn skills and concepts through the lessons that are beyond the immediate lesson. An integrated program such as Learning Through the Arts teaches students math and science concepts and skills through activities such as singing, sculpting, painting, and dancing. The third one is the transdisciplinary integration. Finally, we will learn about the transdisciplinary approach to integration. Within this approach, learning is not compartmentalized. It is so done with the context of inquiry, where teachers organize the curriculum around students' to questions and concerns. While content areas are present, they are not emphasized unless it's necessary. This approach requires a real shift in instruction. Learners are at the forefront of this approach as it is learner-driven since, as per mentioned, it focuses on the questions that the learners present. Most of the learning from this approach is relevant to learners and driven by their questions. There are no right or wrong answers, and the educator's role is that of a co-planner or co-facilitator to help learners navigate their own learning through research and real-life applications. We can use the transdisciplinary integration approach by organizing the curriculum around student questions and concerns. Transdisciplinary integration is done through project-based learning, which involves allowing the students to tackle a problem. Project-based learning allows students to make connections among different subjects by solving the problem and answering open-ended questions. Transdisciplinary integration is also done by negotiating the curriculum, which utilizes student questions for the basis for the curriculum. Themes that students have developed in different schools include examples such as medical issues affecting our lives and violence in our culture. Learning how to solve problems and asking questions enables the students with skills that can later be applied towards real-life problems. Interconnecting the three approaches. Before proceeding, let me ask you first, why is there a connection or integration between these three approaches? That's because it helps to address the productivity and equality of teaching. These three approaches are important in the sense that it offers an excellent fit for standards through a backward design process and as teachers integrate standard-based learning with effective teaching and learning experiences. And when we talk about backward design, it is a process in which educators use to design their learning experiences on instructional techniques to achieve specific learning goals. In some cases, research work together in order to create a backward design in regards to their limits and courses. Next is that these three approaches offers different maps to begin the design process. So when we talk about the design process, it pertains to determining the needs of the learners to define and go to the objective of instruction. And this is all for or to ensure the quality of instruction. Now this time, we are going to compare and contrast the three approaches to integration. I have here a table showing the three approaches, and let's find out where do they share some similarities and where do they become different with each other. Let us begin with the first aspect, which is the organizing center. So one of the major differences between these three approaches is the way standards and content areas are focused on. Multidisciplinary approach focuses on the content, interdisciplinary focuses more on skills and concepts, and transdisciplinary focuses more on inquiry and connect the content area when necessary. Conception of knowledge. In multidisciplinary, the knowledge is best learned through the structure of a discipline, and there is one right answer and one truth. In interdisciplinary, disciplines connected by common concepts and skills, knowledge considered to be socially constructed, and there are many right answers. In transdisciplinary, all knowledge are interconnected and interdependent. There are many right answers, and knowledge are considered to be indeterminate and ambiguous. The role of disciplines in multidisciplinary is that procedures of disciplines are considered most important. These things, skills, and concepts of disciplines were taught. In interdisciplinary, skills and concepts were stressed. In transdisciplinary, disciplines identified if desired, but real-life context is emphasized. The role of teacher in multidisciplinary is they are the facilitator and specialist. Same with interdisciplinary. Meanwhile, in transdisciplinary, the role of a teacher is they are a co-planner, co-learner, and specialist or generalist. Multidisciplinary integration started with disciplinary standards and procedures. Meanwhile, in interdisciplinary integration, it started with interdisciplinary bridge and the know, do, and be. In transdisciplinary integration, it started with students' questions and concerns and real-world context. In their degree of integration, multidisciplinary is moderate, interdisciplinary is medium or intense, and transdisciplinary integration is a paradigm shift. In this part, as you can see in the table, the three approaches share the same aspect of learning to know, learning to do, learning to be. In a learning to know, concepts and essential understanding across disciplines. In learning to do, disciplinary skills as the focal point, and interdisciplinary skills are also included. In learning to be, there is democratic values, character education, habits of mind, and life skills. In terms of the planning process, instruction, and assessment, the three approaches are all the same. So I think this ends my discussion and my part in the report. My other group mate, Marina Canyu, will be the one to continue explaining more about integrated curriculum. Thank you for taking the time to watch the video, and I hope you have learned something from it. Bye!